The House will come to order. Members will please take their seats. The Sergeant of Arms will please close the doors. This morning, prayer will be offered by Representative Ledbetter, and immediately thereafter, we will recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Members will rise as able.
Please pray with me. Thank you, Lord, for the gracious privilege to come before you, gathered with my colleagues here today. As this chamber once again welcomed new members yesterday, our hearts are reminded of how overwhelming new beginnings can be and the courage that is needed to embrace the unknown. Father, your word says in the book of Job, chapter 8, verse 7, your beginnings will seem humble, so prosperous will your future be. God, you alone treasure up what the future holds for all of us. And as we begin to close out this legislative year, we remain so grateful for the honor to serve in this place. We ask that you walk with all of us on this journey, and let us be encouraged by the words of your prophet in Isaiah 43:2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flames scorch you. Jesus, we ask that you be with us as we go forward into these final session weeks. Let us not be guided by a spirit of fear or trepidation, but give us all the courage to release what we cling to so that we may receive what you have prepared. Finally, we ask for safety tonight for all that will be playing in the annual softball game. May you place a special hedge of protection around everyone there and bless the time of fellowship. Let the words of our mouths and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Sergeant at Arms will open the doors of the House. Members and guests, please take your seats. Without objection, the approval of the Journal of Monday, September 30th, 2024 will be postponed until printed. Members, seated to the left of the Speaker this morning is Representative Jim Marshall, who is retiring. Representative Marshall is retiring from the PA House of Representatives, and here to celebrate with him are his wife, Cindy, his daughter, Jamie, and son-in-law, Dave, and a dear friend, Lindsay Courteau. Also here to celebrate this retirement are former House Speakers John Purcell and Mike Turzai, along with former members and colleagues John Taylor, Mark Mustio, and Jim Christina. In the back of the House, also here to celebrate, are members of his staff. Congratulations. Let's please applaud Jim Marshall and those members of the House who are here this morning. It's good to have you with us. In addition, Representative Paul Schemmel is also retiring from the 95th District in Franklin County. Representative Shamel is also retiring from the House of Representatives, and here to celebrate with him are his wife Lucy, daughters Monica, Caroline, Christy, and baby grandson Daniel. Seated in the back of the House are members of his district office and Harrisburg staff. Let's congratulate them on a job well done as they celebrate this opportunity to retire. The chair gives permission to the Finance Committee and the Game and Fish Committee to continue meeting while the House is in session. In the back of the House this morning, the Office and Chief Clerk, we welcome the PA House Fellowship participants for the fall 2024 semester. The PA House Fellowship Program, sponsored by the House of Representatives through the Bipartisan Management Committee and the Office of the Chief Clerk, has 7 students participating in the fall 2024 semester. They are Ali Anuwasura, a student from Elizabethtown College, assigned to the Democratic Tourism Committee, supervised by Josh Myers. Andrew Kuckel, a student from Penn State, Harrisburg, assigned to the Democratic Aging and Older Adult Services Committee, supervised by Chuck Miller. Miller Musan, a student from Robert Morris University, assigned to the Democratic Local Government Committee, supervised by John Castilli. Olivia Miles, a student from Penn State, York, assigned to the Republican Veteran Affairs and Emergency Preparedness Committee, supervised by Sean Harris. Thomas Manbusen, a student from Kutztown University, assigned to the Republican Transportation Committee, supervised by Josiah Schelling. And Jacob Newman, a student from Temple University, assigned to the Republican Game and Fisheries Committee, supervised by Griffin Caruso. Nicholas Wiley, a student from Elizabethtown College, assigned to the Democratic Health Committee, supervised by Erica Frick. Please, let's celebrate our students. This morning, also in the back of the House, Representative Steve Malagari from Montgomery County is pleased to have his biggest supporters in the Capitol today. They are his father, Rick Malagari, and close friends who currently reside in Representative Melissa Schusterman's district, the 157th, Susanna and Ray Creeley, Bob and Mike Hendrickson, and Paula and Steve Arvin. Please stand. Welcome to the People's House. In addition, this morning, Representative Jared Solomon, Representative Mike Armani of the 75th District, Clearfield and Elk, and Representative Stephanie Borowitz of the 76th, Clinton and Union. Welcome Dr. James Sweetland and the Mount Nittany Medical Center. Dr. Sweetland attended the July 13th rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, and upon the tragic shooting, swiftly jumped into action, attempting to provide life-saving first aid to victims. Thank you, Dr. Sweetland. Please stand and be applauded this morning, and welcome to the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. In addition, this morning, Representative Dan Frankel of the 23rd District in Allegheny County welcomes Molly Zhang, who is interning in his district office. She attends the University of Pittsburgh and is majoring in political science and economics. Molly, welcome to the People's House. Please celebrate Molly Zhang. Also this morning in the gallery, Representative Perry Warren of the 31st District and Representative Kristen Marcel of the 178th welcome the Council Rock Newtown Athletic Association Little League team who won the U12 state title and represented both Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region in the 2024 Little League World Series in Williamsport. There are an estimated 6,500 Little Leaguers worldwide. Of those 6,500 leagues, 10 U.S. and 10 international teams qualify for the Little League World Series. Council Rock Newton made it to and won 2 games. And so congratulations on the commitment that got them there and for the class and sportsmanship the team exemplified. Gentlemen, please stand and be applauded this morning. Representative Donna Sherman of the 147th District in Montgomery County welcomes Shepherd of the Hills Christian Co-op from Montgomery County, who are under the direction of Amy Fox. The students and parents are excited to be here today and are looking forward to touring the Capitol later today. Welcome to the People's House. Please stand. Representative Melissa Schusterman of the 157th District in Chester County welcomes Lorraine Serafini and her daughter from her district to the House today. Lorraine has advocated with Representative Schusterman for the family law arbitration bill, which was signed into law by Governor Josh Shapiro in May of this year. Welcome to the House. Photographer Blaine Thompson from the Lancaster News Media is permitted to take photography for a period not to exceed 10 minutes. Are there requests for leaves of absence? The chair recognizes the majority whip, who indicates there are none. The chair recognizes the minority whip, who indicates there are none. The master roll will now be taken. Members will proceed to vote. Have all the members voted? Have all the members voted? The clerk will now record the vote. 202 members having voted on the master roll, a quorum is present. The chair is in receipt of an actuarial note from the Independent Fiscal Office regarding the following, which the clerk will now read.
Senate Bill 479, printers number 510, as amended by Amendment A05703. Senate Bill 479, printers number 510, as amended by Amendment A05704.
The chair is in receipt of the following reports, which the clerk will read.
An annual report, as required by Section 1804A(b) of Act 76, Schools to Work program from Pennsylvania, Department of Labor and Industry, regarding the 2024 update on the Schools to Work grant program.
The chair is in receipt of the following committee on committee reports, which the clerk will read.
Committee on Committee Reports, October 1st, 2024. Jason Dawkins is elected to the Rules Committee.
The chair recognizes Representative Vitale, Chair of the Committee on Environmental Resources and Energy, who reports the following bills. House Bill 2393 reported. Will the House agree to the bill reported as amended? Agreed to. House Bill 2594 reported as amended. Will the House agree to the bill? Agreed to. Senate Bill 211 reported as committed. Will the House agree to the bill? Agreed to. The chair is in receipt of the following extract from the Journal of the Senate, which the clerk will now read.
Clerk of the Senate being introduced, return bill from the House of Representatives, numbered and entitled as follows. House Bill 2288, with the information the Senate has passed the same without amendment. Bills numbered and entitled as follows, having been prepared for presentation to the governor and the same being correct, the titles were publicly read as follows. House Bill 2288, whereupon the Speaker, in the presence of the House, signed the same. The Clerk of the Senate being introduced presented the following extract from the Journal of the Senate, which was read as follows. Monday, September 30th, 2024, resolved, House of Representatives concurring pursuant to Article 2, Section 14 of the Pennsylvania Constitution, that when the Senate recesses this week, it reconvene the week of Monday, October 7th, 2024, unless sooner recalled by the President Pro Tem of the Senate. And be it further resolved pursuant to Article 2, Section 14 of the Pennsylvania Constitution, that when the House of Representatives recesses this week, it reconvene the week of Monday, October 7th, 2024, unless sooner recalled by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, ordered that the clerk present the same to the House of Representatives for its concurrence.
Will the House concur in the resolution of the Senate? Those in favor of the resolution will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The resolution is concurred. The clerk will inform the Senate accordingly. The House will temporarily be at ease. The House will now come to order. Members, if I can have your attention, as we approach the end of our two-year legislative session, as is our custom, the chair will be inviting our departing colleagues to give a farewell address, followed by presenting them with a commemorative gavel. To that end, the chair invites Representative Paul Schimel to the rostrum for remarks. Representative Schimel, please come.
Good morning. I realize I'm speaking to a body of people that weren't aware enough to know that these would be closing remarks days, so I'll try to be brief. But first, I want to give some thank yous. A thank you to the good people of Franklin County that saw fit to send me to be their representative for 10 years. I'm grateful for the opportunity. It is a great community with wonderful people. It's the best county in the state. I'm sorry for the rest of you. In that regard, I want to thank the members, especially the chairs, the co-chairs of the Health Committee. I've been on the Health Committee as a rank and file member for 10 years. The two co-chairs, Representative Kathy Rapp, Representative Dan Frankel, I think are excellent examples of two very principled individuals, obviously with disparate opinions on a lot of important subjects, but still managed to treat each other with a significant amount of respect. As well, I think that goes through to the staff members, Mike Siggett and Erica Fricke, representing the two caucuses on that committee, have always been exceptionally professional. I think it's an example for how all committees should run. A number of staff here at the Capitol I could not have done anything without. One, Mike Kritz in District Operations. Mike has helped us so much down in our district office and then here in the Capitol as well. Just became a father for the second time. Mike, I have 6 kids. I think Cale has 26 at last count. So 2, you're on your way. Just keep going. And then Jen Fitch, my communications director, she offered to write the speech for me. I think it would have probably had a lot more of her mention in it had I taken her up on that. But Jen, thank you for so many years of good service. I'm sorry I'm not crying. You'd ask that maybe I cry with emotion, but working in communications, you should be able to edit that in. Then my district office staff have been really phenomenal. Kathy Kozane, who comes to us with a wealth of municipal government experience. Paula Shetler comes with a wealth of state experience, and Ashlyn Rotz, who is my district office manager, has been absolutely wonderful. All 3 are wonderful women. All 3 have true servants' hearts, and they treat all the constituents with great respect and are very helpful in every way, and I'm grateful. Thank you. And here in the Capitol, Vicki Trostel has been my secretary for 10 years. People in the district always ask me, when they know I'm leaving, they say, well, I bet you're not going to miss going up to the Capitol. But the one thing I will miss most about coming here is Vicki Trostel, who every time brings joy when I see her, and a pot of coffee that's always made, both much appreciated. But Vicki, thank you so much. I could not be more grateful. And then finally, to my loving family, I have 6 kids. Some are with me today. Caroline, my oldest, she's here with my grandson, Danny. My sons, Billy, Peter, Jack, and Tommy are not here. They're now off the Christmas list for the year, but they're flung here and wide. And my youngest, my daughter, Monica. And I think you know it's time to go when your daughter, who was not old enough to vote when you first ran, I think she actually turned 18 right before the first election, is now having your grandchildren. It's time to go. And then finally, to my dear wife, Lucy. Lucy and I were married this coming December. It'll be 29 years. 29 years ago, I pledged to you my love and fidelity, and I've kept good to my word, true to my word. But truly, no promise could ever have been more sweetly and easily kept. I love you dearly. Thank you. Then finally, to my colleagues, thank you. To my esteemed and honorable colleagues, I love all of you as well, but in more of a manly, professional, and non-creepy kind of way. I've spoken on this floor before. Some of you have great expectations for this speech, but I want to sort of set the bar in a comfortable way. First, I promise that I will not in any way disparage Taylor Swift. Jen, that'll come maybe is a great relief to you. I know that she was born in Pennsylvania. We're all proud of her, but I think I speak for all of the Republicans in my caucus now that she's talking politics. We're glad that she's a happy Tennessean. Next, Madam Speaker, I'm glad to see you. I'm so grateful. You and I have been friends. We've worked in the past on criminal justice reform. I'm glad that you're here. When you weren't here earlier, I knew it was because you were overcome by emotion, but glad that you could bring yourself to the floor. But I do want to put you at ease, especially with the rain coming down. I promise not to say anything about the leak in the ceiling, not a word. And then finally, to the great relief, I think, of everyone left here in the hall, I promise that I will not sing. I will not sing today. And there are some songs that come to mind. I would think of a Taylor Swift song, but in truth, I don't know any. So when I first arrived in the Capitol after being elected the first time, I saw a workman removing the names from office doors. I think that sight was providential because it had reminded me over these years that our seats in this hall do not belong to us. We are privileged to occupy them for a limited period of time, but one day someone else will be in our places. Someone else will be courted by the legislators and lobbyists who currently seek our support, and someone else will be making the votes on important topics for our communities. When it's our turn to leave this house, we leave behind all of the grandeur that this seat in this hall represents. We're able to take with us only that which we brought. That would be our principles and our integrity. There are so many temptations to compromise both. In the realm of deals and assurances, we can too easily set aside the very substance of what is most important. Some things truly are worth dying for, even a painful political death. We should never forget to be the person we promised our constituents we would be when we asked them for the confidence of their vote. Reneging on our promises hurts us, our character, and our soul even more than the people whose trust we violate. On the second point, that of integrity, I've been the sad witness of more than one family torn apart when a member was unprepared for the challenges brought on by separation and work. Our relationship with our family is what we take with us. It is what endures after the important things that we do in this building fade. There is a lot of influence which is traded in this hall, but the very best influence which we can be and which we can wield is to help one another to remain connected and faithful to our families. In the end, our greatest legacy is not to be found here under the dome, but back at home, with our principles and our integrity intact. As with all human institutions, there is vice in this chamber, but there is also present an abundance of goodness, of charity, of wisdom, of joy, and of love. These virtues, exhibited by so many of you, give me the great hope for the future of this Commonwealth. Thank you all. I am grateful to have had the opportunity to serve with you, and may God bless us all with wisdom and humility.
Colleagues, it's with great honor that I present not the gavel, but a gavel to the gentleman who served for 10 years the constituents of the 90th Legislative District. As was said, he has been a great friend to the chair, going back to when we both sat on the East Wing and a long budget impasse ensued. We spent lots of time talking about how we can better repair our justice system. And Paul, all of us here appreciate you consistently being a person who sticks true to your word. And those of you at home may not know, but that is more than anything in the work of serving the people. Congratulations on your retirement. Thank you for your words of wisdom. The chair invites the gentleman from Beaver to the rostrum, our representative who is retiring, our colleague, Representative Jim Marshall. Colleagues, let's welcome him warmly.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Typically, I don't have too much to say, but today is not a typical day. I'm glad to have the opportunity to address my friends and colleagues, especially today, as I see so many of us have pink on. For the survivors and the warriors, my pin is for my niece, Natalie, sorry. Well, now that I can't see, I might have to wing it. But I want to take this opportunity to thank especially the voters of the 14th Legislative District for entrusting me with this great responsibility. It's been my great honor to serve you. I want to thank my wife, Cindy, and our daughter, Jamie, for their endless love and support. Love you. They're here today with our son-in-law, Dave Cole. Thank you, brother. I want to thank the volunteers who offered their time and talents to assist me in successful elections over the years, especially my parents, Tom Young, who is my treasurer, and Tracy Plevel, who joins us today. Tracy served as my campaign manager, organized fundraisers, and above all, she's my advisor and true friend. Thank you. To the district staff and district operations from the past and present, and all the staff here in Harrisburg who've been on the front line, they really took charge when any problems lingered and gave me credit when they deserved it. I thank you for your service and friendship, and I couldn't have been successful without you. I've worked with 3 administrative assistants over the years, and surprisingly, they were all here today because 2 of them have already retired. Paula Shadle, Nancy Cole, and Christine Crone. They're equally professional and excellent in every way. I'm grateful for your dedication to our caucus and lucky to call you friends. I'm not sure, thank you. I'm not sure that I would have been elected at all, or for sure re-elected, without the support of Speakers Prezell and Torzai. Thank you for your support and leadership and for being here with us today. Speaker Prezell seated me between John Taylor and Mark Mustio. They became my mentors and friends over the 12 years that we held the back row together. Thank you for always being there for me. I want to thank Jim Christiana for his stewardship and friendship. He served with a style and passion that are still unmatched. Jimmy was a great neighbor, as are Chairman Kale and Chairman Matze. Josh is a great friend and great leader. Rob is my co-chair and brother. We're blessed with an outstanding committee members and staff, and we got stuff done. I couldn't say the other stuff word, but serving people is my passion and should be our purpose. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to serve with you in the people's house. I thank each of you for your commitment to serve with integrity and respect for all of our citizens and our Constitution. Thank you.
Colleagues, again, it's with great honor, excitement, enthusiasm, and certainly a little sorrow, as we will miss you so very much. But we know there's so much more to life beside these beautiful four walls in here. So we look forward to all you'll do in your retirement. It's an honor to present you with the chair's gavel, to congratulate you, and to thank you and your neighbor and brother, Chair Matsey, for setting an exemplary record of accomplishments. Lots of good stuff you got done on Consumer Protection, Utilities, and Technology Committee. The chair just wants to acknowledge as the first time on the rostrum to be so excited to have in our midst, all the way from Allegheny County. He traveled a very long way to be here. Our retired colleague and former speaker, Representative Mike Torzai. Please stand. I know you were acknowledged, but I was not here to do the honor, and it's my first time, as you haven't visited us for the last 2 years. Welcome. Thank you for your service. And to another retired speaker, this one from the only city and county of the first class. I shared with him my entire undergraduate studies at LaSalle from 1999 to 2003. Everybody was working for someone named Prezell, but I know who he is today. Please welcome our former retired colleague, Representative Prezell, former Speaker of the House. So one of the best chairs of transportation, I won't talk about who's the majority chair today, as he's my good friend, but another great son of Northeast Philadelphia. Please welcome retired member, former chair of transportation, Representative John Taylor. And thanks to the blood, sweat, and tears of our retired colleague, the first African-American woman ever elected to House leadership, Representative Rosita C. Youngblood, I got to be on professional licensure as a freshman. And it was there, not the first term, but the next term, that I got to work so closely with Mark Mustio, retired colleague from Beaver County. Allegheny, the chair stands corrected. And finally, our good friend, he still takes calls from Calvin Klein while we're in voting session, but this time he does it on his own time from Beaver, Jimmy Christiana. It's so good to see you. And to the family, friends, and staff, from Chairman Marshall to Representative Schimmel, thank you for what you all do and what you did for these years to support the service of so many neighbors back home and the sacrifice, especially of the family. We thank you all for being here. The chair is about to sign the following bills, which the clerk will now read.
House Bill 2288.
Chair recognizes the gentleman for a caucus announcement, Representative Schlossberg.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, House Democrats will caucus at 12:45. We will be prepared to return to the floor at 1:15.
Chair thanks the gentleman. Chair recognizes the gentleman for a caucus announcement, Representative Dunbar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Republicans will caucus at 12:30. Republicans will caucus at 12:30. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chair thanks the gentleman. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Lackawanna County for a committee announcement, Representative Mullins.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Appropriations Committee will meet immediately in the Majority Caucus Room. House Appropriations Committee will be meeting in the Majority Caucus Room immediately. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Montgomery County for a committee announcement, Representative Webster.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The House Veterans Affairs and Emergency Preparedness Committee will meet immediately in Irvis Office Building, room 515. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Chair thanks the gentleman. The House will stand in recess until 1:15 p.m. unless sooner recalled by the Speaker.
May I have your attention, please? Recess for the House has been extended until 1:35. I repeat, recess for the House has been extended until 1:35. May I have your attention, please? Recess for the House has been extended until 1:55. I repeat, recess for the House has been extended until 1:55.
The hour of 1:55 having arrived, the House will come to order. The chair recognizes Representative Harris, Chair of the Committee on Appropriations, who reports the following bills. House Bill 2294, re-reported as committed. Will the House agree to the report it's agreed to? House Bill 2295, re-reported as committed. Will the House agree to the report it's agreed to? House Bill 2450, will the House agree to the report it is agreed to? The chair recognizes Representative Samuelson, Chair of the Committee on Finance, who reports the following bills. House Bill 1194, reported as amended. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? House Bill 2536, reported as committed. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? House Bill 2565, reported as committed. Will the House agree the bill it is agreed to? Senate Bill 1051, reported as amended. Will the House agree the bill it is agreed to? The chair recognizes Representative Hill Evans, Chair of the Committee on State Government, who reports the following bills. House Bill 2601, reported as committed. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? Senate Bill 228, reported as committed. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? Senate Bill 402, reported as committed. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? Senate Bill 479, reported as committed. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? The chair recognizes Representative Hill Evans, Chair of the Committee on State Government, who reports following resolutions. H.R. 516, reported as committed. Will the House agree the report is agreed to? H.R. 521, reported as committed. Will the House agree to the report it's agreed to? H.R. 530, reported as committed. Will the House agree to the report it's agreed to? H.R. 534, reported as committed. Will the House agree to the report it's agreed to? H.R. 541, reported as committed. Will the House agree to the report it's agreed to? H.R. 547, reported as committed. Will the House agree to the report it's agreed to? Chair recognizes the Majority Leader, who calls up House Resolution 502, printer's number 3533 on page 6 of today's House calendar. Clerk will read a summary of the resolution.
A resolution designating the month of October 2024 as Homemade Sauerkraut Month in Pennsylvania, introduced by Representative Barry Joswiak.
Will the House agree to resolution? On that question, the chair will recognize the gentleman from Berks, Representative Joswiak.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The month of October is usually the month that people in Pennsylvania make homemade sauerkraut. And for Pennsylvania, it's a tradition. It's the German, the Pennsylvania Dutch, the Amish, the Polish, and other groups. Many people make homemade sauerkraut. It's a tradition that I personally take part in every year in my community. And this year, we will be making homemade sauerkraut on October 13th. And here's what we do. Our local pastor blesses the cabbage, and then we have 25 people as a team. We work in an assembly line to prepare and shred the cabbage before it's placed in a crock where it is mashed, seasoned, and fermentation begins, which usually takes 4 to 5 weeks. We go through 650 large cabbages. This fermentation gives the shredded cabbage its unique flavor of unique sour flavor. Sauerkraut is packed with nutrients and vitamins and can be eaten as a meal with meat, as a side dish, or a condiment. While the word sauerkraut originated in Germany, the practice of fermenting cabbage originated in China and arrived in the United States in the early 1800s. Merriam-Webster's dictionary notes the first use of kraut was in 1855. Sauerkraut is commonly found in the Pennsylvania Dutch region of our Commonwealth and is a popular tradition for the holidays. I appreciate your consideration on this resolution. I ask for an affirmative vote. Thank you.
Chair thanks the gentleman. Those in favor of the resolution will be voting aye. Those opposed will be voting no. Members will proceed to vote. Have all the members voted? Have all the members voted? Clerk will record the vote on the resolution. The ayes are 201, the nays are 1. The resolution is adopted. The chair recognizes Representative Conklin, chair of the Committee on Commerce, who reports the following bills. House Bill 2535, reported as amended. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? Senate Bill 667, reported as committed. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? The chair recognizes Representative Conklin, chair of the Committee on Commerce, who reports the following resolutions. H.R. 443, reported as committed. Will the House agree the report is agreed to? H.R. 512, reported as amended. Will the House agree the report? It is agreed to. The chair recognizes the majority leader, who calls up House Bill 1077, printers number 1104, on page 1 of today's House calendar. Clerk will read a summary of the bill.
This bill amends Title 66 to reauthorize Chapter 14.
Will the House agree to the bill? Representative Matsey offers Amendment A 05751. Will the House agree to the amendment? On that question, the chair recognizes the gentleman from Beaver, Majority Chair of Consumer Protection, Utilities, and Technology, Representative Matsey.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a gut and replace amendment based on negotiations and conversations we've had with a variety of stakeholders to make this a better product. We ask for an affirmative vote. Thank you.
Chair thanks the gentleman. Those in favor of the amendment will vote aye. Those opposed will vote no. Members will proceed to vote. Have all the members voted? Have all the members voted? Clerk will record the vote on the amendment. The ayes are 109, the nays are 93. The amendment is adopted. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? Bill as amended will be reprinted. Chair recognizes the majority leader, who calls up House Bill 2189, printers number 2859, on page 2 of today's House calendar. Clerk will read a summary of the bill.
This bill amends the Underground Utility Line Protection Law to reauthorize Pennsylvania One Call.
Will the House agree to the bill? Representative Matsey offers Amendment A 05649. Will the House agree to the amendment? On that question, Chair recognizes the maker of the amendment, Representative Matsey.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This, too, is an omnibus amendment that, based on negotiations with stakeholders to get us to this point, we ask for an affirmative vote.
Chair thanks the gentleman. Will the House agree to the amendment? Those in favor of the amendment will be voting aye. Those opposed will be voting no. Members will proceed to vote. Have all the members voted? Have all the members voted? Clerk will record the vote on the amendment. The ayes are 110, the nays are 92. The amendment's adopted. Representative Matsey offers Amendment A05755. Will the House agree to the amendment? Chair recognizes the maker of the amendment, Representative Matsey.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a request from the Public Utility Commission. Amendment A05755 removes the word power from the definition of excavation work. I would ask for an affirmative vote.
Chair thanks the gentleman. On that question, Chair recognizes the gentleman from Somerset, Representative Metzger.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It seems so innocuous to just remove one small word, powered, from the statute. But what does it mean when we remove the word powered? In this case, it means that whenever you go to your yard with your shovel, you're to make the call to 811. You're supposed to call before you dig if you just take a shovel into your yard. Now, if you do call and you get a one call and they come and mark your utilities, what do they do when they tell you there's a utility? They hand you a shovel and say shovel. So this is precisely the kind of government stupidity and overreach that our constituents hate on a daily basis. Vote no on this, please.
Chair thanks the gentleman. Those in favor of the amendment will be voting aye. Those opposed will be voting no. Members will proceed to vote. Have all the members voted? Have all the members voted? Clerk will record the vote on the amendment. The ayes are 103. The nays are 99. The amendment's adopted. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? The bill as amended will be reprinted. Members, if I can have your attention, if you can please take your seat for a moment. We do have a guest to acknowledge. Our colleague who serves Philadelphia County and is the majority chair of Veterans Affairs and Emergency Preparedness, Representative Jared Solomon, has this afternoon in the rear of the House Elizabeth Hirsch Naftali, the great aunt of Abigail Moore Eden, a 3-year-old who was held hostage for 51 days following the October 7th, 2023 massacre where her parents were murdered. In the wake of that very sad attack, Elizabeth has undertaken a global mission to share Abigail's story and the stories of all of the 246 hostages and advocate for the over 100 hostages, including 7 from here in America, who are still in captivity. Elizabeth, please stand. We continue to pray. Thank you for being here. The chair recognizes the majority leader who calls up House Bill 2294, printer's number 3314, on page 1 of supplemental calendar A. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? The clerk will read the title and a brief description of the bill.
This bill allows physician assistants to work with supervising physicians licensed by either medical board.
This bill's been considered on 3 different days and agreed to. The question is, shall the bill pass the House finally? On that question, the chair recognizes the maker of the bill, gentleman from Allegheny, Representative Venkat.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have worked with physician assistants my entire career. They are an extraordinarily important part of the healthcare workforce in our state. This legislation simply ensures that physician assistants do not need redundant medical licenses from both the osteopathic and allopathic medical boards. I urge an affirmative vote.
Chair thanks the gentleman. Those agreeable to the provisions of the Constitution, the yeas and nays will now be taken. Members will proceed to vote. Have all the members voted? Have all the members voted? Clerk will record the vote on final passage of the bill. The yeas are 202, the nays are 0. Majority required by the Constitution having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes the House finally, and the clerk will present the same to the Senate for concurrence. The chair recognizes the majority leader who calls up House Bill 2295, printer's number 3315, on page 1 of supplemental calendar A. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? The clerk will read the title and a brief description of the bill.
This bill allows physician assistants to work with supervising physicians licensed by either medical board.
This bill's been considered on 3 different days and agreed to. The question is, shall the bill pass the House finally? On that question, the chair recognizes the maker of the bill, the gentleman from Allegheny, Representative Venkat.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This legislation simply makes the same change in the Medical Practice Act, and I urge an affirmative vote.
Agreeable to the provisions of the Constitution, the yeas and nays will now be taken. Members will proceed to vote. Have all the members voted? Have all the members voted? The clerk will record the vote. On final passage of the bill, the yeas are 202, the nays are 0. Majority required by the Constitution having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes the House finally, and the clerk will present the same to the Senate for concurrence. The chair recognizes the majority leader who calls up House Bill 2450, printer's number 3401 on page 2 of Supplemental Calendar A. Will the House agree the bill is agreed to? The clerk will read the title and a brief description of the bill.
This bill amends Title 24 to revise membership eligibility of the Public School Employees Retirement System for new non-public employees from state-related organizations.
This bill has been considered on 3 different days and agreed to. The question is, shall the bill pass the House finally? On that question, the chair recognizes the maker of the bill, the gentleman from Montgomery County, Representative Webster.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you much. As we all know, the Public School Employees Retirement System, we know it by PESERS, is specifically provided to state employees, including government workers, school teachers, and board members of state-affiliated associations and committees. You may also know that historically, Pennsylvania has made some exceptions and added other categories of employees to the system. House Bill 2450 clarifies the eligibility of PESERS for new non-public employees. I'm going to say that over again. It does not impact any of the current members and employees of the system. It specifies and clarifies eligibility for new non-public employees. In other words, this bill impacts the Pennsylvania Scoreboard Association directly, and they support the bill. PESERS board supports the bill because membership in PESERS should be and must be reserved for those who are employees of the Public Employee Pension Program. This legislation, again, would not remove or penalize anyone currently in the system. It's for new people in the Board Association, and I ask for a positive vote. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chair thanks the gentleman on that question. Chair recognizes the gentlelady from York, Representative Kiefer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think this bill is a good move in the right direction because these are not state employees and shouldn't be in our PESERS system. However, I do take pause with the fact of the lack of transparency and that we were not able to have them be susceptible to the same right to knows that other government agencies are susceptible to, given the amount of taxpayer dollars that they ultimately receive. So for that issue alone, I think that this is not where it needs to be in order to move forward. So I cannot support this bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chair thanks the gentlelady. Agreeable to the provisions of the Constitution, the yeas and nays will now be taken. Members will proceed to vote. Have all the members voted? Have all the members voted? Clerk will record the vote on final passage of the bill. The yeas are 108, the nays are 94. The majority required by the Constitution having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes the House finally, and the clerk will present the same to the Senate for concurrence. Members, if I can have your attention to address the schedule for tomorrow. First, we will have a caucus announcement from Representative Schlossberg.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, as a reminder, House Democrats will caucus at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Chair thanks the gentleman. Chair recognizes the gentleman, Representative Dunbar, for a caucus announcement for tomorrow.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Republicans will also caucus at 10 o'clock tomorrow. It's 10 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chair thanks the gentleman. Colleagues, let's take this moment to wish our former president a happy 100th birthday. Happy 100th birthday, President Jimmy Carter. Hopefully someone sends this to you with love from Harrisburg. Chair, refer the following bills, which the clerk will now read.
Referrals, October 1st, 2024. House Bill 2610, the professional licensure.
The Majority Leader moves that the following bills be recommitted to the Committee on Appropriations. House Bill 1077, House Bill 2189. Majority Leader moves that the following bills be removed from the table calendar and be placed on the active calendar. House Bill 755, House Bill 2018, House Bill 2360, House Bill 2536, House Bill 2561, House Resolution 323, House Resolution 359, Senate Bill 668, Senate Bill 765. Chair is in receipt of a motion from the gentleman in Franklin County, Representative Schimmel, that the House now adjourn until Wednesday, October the 2nd, 2024 at 11 a.m. unless sooner recalled by the Speaker. The questions on the motion, those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the House stands adjourned until Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024 at 11 a.m. unless sooner recalled by the Speaker.